Hello, how's everybody doing? This is Reefer James from the Reefer Underground basement. It's been a while. Haven't put out a video in a while, and it's midsummer. I believe it's Wednesday, July 27th, 2022. And it's been a while since I've put out a video. I know you guys were wanting more a few months ago. It's probably more than a few months. Just been through a lot of shit in the last year and a half, 2 years. Maybe most of you know already, and I'm sad to disclose that Reefer Mary passed away last year on August 8th. From severe 80% blockage of her left anterior artery. She passed away here at the home. So I've been through quite a lot, and it took me several months just to be functional. It was all I could do to hold on to this hobby, guys. I was also, after that, I was also between jobs. I had pretty much walked away or was let go from another job, and I was only down for 4 weeks, and I picked up another job making the same money. I've been through quite a lot, and to hold on to this type of hobby is not easy, but it's been 1, 2, maybe 3 years. We're looking at the 125-gallon trigger tank. He's hiding behind the rocks right now, but as you can see, it's thriving. Let me, you see the eco ray lights above are booming. Let's get in a little closer. There we go. We try to, know what's going on with this. There's the trigger. There we go. I got it. There we go. Let me sit down here. I'm in no rush today, guys. Let me see if I can get the video. Let me hit from. There's not much room down here, and I'm trying not to hit everything. There we go. I'll show you the other tank soon. Yeah, so I've been through quite a bit, and I just recently, 3 weeks ago, tore my meniscus in my right knee, so I'm hobbling around down here also. As you can see, the trigger tank, if you can see here now, if you recall, 3 years ago, was it? Damn, has it been 3 years since I had that horrible green hair algae? It was, I don't know what the hell it was. It was an inch long, maybe longer. It was just carpet. It just took over. It started taking over. It pretty much took over this tank, the whole bottom, and on the rocks. And the display tank, the 120-gallon display tank in back of the camera here, started to take over this tank too. And I was buying that shit online. Excuse my language, guys, but I was buying that expensive shit online. What's it called? It's the same company that makes the stuff for Cyana. Damn, I forgot the name of the shit. It's about $35 for like 10 pills, and you put it in your water, and it's supposed to kill that real horrible green algae. What was it called? In the back of my head here, I can't even remember. It's so horrible. It's the most notorious green algae. It takes over your tank real quickly within a couple of weeks, and invades everything all over your rocks. And if you don't know what you're doing, you can't scrub that stuff off your rocks with a toothbrush, guys. You see these videos saying, oh, you got to meticulously take out your rocks, scrub them with your toothbrush, and clean all the algae off and put it back in. No, 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 no. That's not the way. Believe me. You asked me how I know. Well, Reefer James, I don't mean to be boasting. I've been in the aquarium hobby since, 78. I started out with freshwater with angels in the 10-gallon. I went to a 38 and a 30 long on a cast iron stand. Then I went to a 55, and then I went to a 150-gallon long freshwater. And by the 80s, by the early 90s, I was into salt marine tanks. And I finally discovered how to keep the algae out of my tanks. And if you recall, let me get back to what I was talking about now. Remember 3 years ago, I had that horrible green turf algae, and there's a name for it. I can't remember now. I'm really sorry I can't remember. I don't know if it was it or not, but it was green turf algae. It was the green hair algae from hell. And I couldn't get rid of it. And this is why a lot of reefers fail, guys. It just takes over your tank. There's nothing you can do. And if you're not an experienced reefer, and if you haven't been paying attention to all my past videos of how to keep it away and out of your tank like you see here. Now this trigger tank, like I said, it was totally chock full of this green hair algae. I didn't know what to do. I didn't pull every rock out of there. Oh, hell no. Oh, hell no. You know how much work that is? I use this expensive medicine. I forgot what it's called. And in my next video, I'll look it up. Right now, my mind's a clutter. I can't remember what it's called. It does work. It will kill the stuff off. It did kill it off one time for me, but then it wouldn't work the second time, and it would not work. I tried everything. Phosban, Phosguard, those white beads. Phosban. What's it called? Oxide? Red metal oxide. It's called oxide something. Ferrite oxide. It's Phosban. You can get it in different grades. I ran that in a reactor. I ran biopellets. Nothing would get rid of this algae, man. And it won't. It won't get rid of it. If you recall, I have the videos on my channel here. You can see from, I think it was 3 years ago, what I was dealing with. And you can see the bottom here. It's just luscious coralline. No green hair algae on the rocks at all. Just my mushrooms, my star polyps are starting to come back all over the place. It's been a while. The reason why the star polyps aren't as bountiful as they used to be is because the water's cleaner. They like dirtier water. They like a little more phosphates. But if I do that, the algae comes. I can't allow that. So I have a balance going on here where I have it enough to let the star polyps grow slowly and surely, but to keep the algae away. Remember the 90-gallon when I put all my little corals in there? Now check it out, guys. Let me tilt it down here. You can see the bottom too. Okay. 90-gallon, doing well. Look at the green plate corals on the bottom. Nothing but pink coralline on the bottom. There's detritus that I need to suck up, silt. But let me get off the tripod. And let me get closer here to show you my... Remember my branching... Remember my branching hammer? There it is, guys. That one head with 3 little tentacles left on it, it was almost doomed for, is back. I have over 100 tentacles on it now. It's so big, it got real big. I don't know how many heads are on it now, but it took off. And I'm watching it in case the streamers come out. I have to cut the streamers. I had to cut 3 streamers before they were trying to sting the other corals. My Duncan here to the right there, those 3, 4 heads, 5 heads, they're not doing so well. I don't know why. My Candy Cane, alias Trumpet Coral, are doing fine. They're doing fine there on the coral there. The Star Pops are doing great. They're on the glass. My green plates are doing great. They're phenomenal. And look at my frog hammer. It's a cross between a frog spawn and a hammer coral. And look how good it's doing, guys. Whoops. There we go. Look how big. Another trumpet coral doing good, but look at the bottom. No green hair algae. My orange plate's not doing so good. It's little as the day I bought it. I don't know if it's going to make it, guys. It probably won't. It's been small like this since I bought it. It still has color. I don't even know if it's alive. I don't know. Not doing so well. But everything else is. And the display tank doing awesome. Look, on the bottom, guys, nothing but purple coralline algae. It flaked off over here and broke away. There is a little green fuzz maybe here on the bottom, but it ain't nothing. And there's no hair algae on the rocks at all. My Recordias are doing great. The green ones, the red mushrooms they're just flopping everywhere. I have hundreds of them. The Star Pops are trying to come back, but I've been keeping the water fairly clean. And what I mean by clean, guys, is I'm keeping the phosphate level minimal. Less than what it should be. I've went to these different LED lights. They're killer. I love them. I got them above the 92. I'm selling the Reef Breeders VS50. I'm selling it, guys. It'll be on eBay real soon. Send me a message if you pay me through PayPal up front. I'm asking $600. I might get, if you pay me up front, I'll give it to you for $550. My Reef Breeders VS50 LED light fixture, which I'm no longer going to use it. I went with these from forgot what they're called. They just came out on the scene. They're real popular. Let me see if I can find the name here. Jeez, I'm so unprepared. Orphix. The Orphix. Killer LED, guys. Killer. I don't have to, fuck with them. The VS50 is a real nice light. Damn, it's a killer deal for $550. You pay me up front on PayPal. I'll send that baby to you. But the Orphix, I think I like them a little better. I don't have to mess with a timer or a programmer. They just come on and off. I don't have a dimmer or nothing on them. I'd like to put dimmers on them. But they're pretty expensive here. And they're about the best you can get, I would say. I don't even need the the fluorescent T5s no more. I do have a hybrid T5 fixture that goes over the VS50. Let me show it to you guys. It's in my jam room. I made it where it hangs right on the reef breeders. It's a killer fixture. It just hangs right on top of it. It sits on top of it. You can see. I got it hanging in the rafters here in my jam room. Ballast and everything on it. Ready to go. In good shape. I built it myself. I've never even used it, really. I don't have hard corals that demand that kind of light. I'll sell that for another $100. $650. The Reef Breeders is over here in the box here. Here's the ballast. Here's the programmer. Here's the remote control. Okay. Reef Breeders VS50, the hangers and everything with it. $550 for the Reef Breeders VS50 and another $100 for the hybrid T5 fixture that I have that sits on top of it. You can't go wrong, guys. So Reefer James, I've been telling you guys for years, it's been 3 years now. Take a look at the trigger tank's bottom. Okay? Come on, guys. Tell me. Look at the bottom. Look at the tank. Look at the rocks. No green hair algae. Damn it, Reefer James. How do you do it? Well, I've told you guys 100 times. It's been 3 years now for the trigger tank, I think, or maybe 2.5 since I built the new scrubber. It's the algae scrubber, guys. Let's go over here and look. This right here. The damn cat. I bought a little kitten and he's terrorizing the kitten, or the kitten's terrorizing him, making some noise. This is what it is, guys. Now, the scrubber lights are off when the tank lights are on. You alternate. So around 1:30, 2 o'clock in the morning when the tank lights go off, these will be on. But I wanted you to see the algae that's growing on the screen here. Look, guys, and I just cleaned the left one. I split the screens. They're cut, okay? The left one I just cleaned. The right one I let continue to run. As water trickles down and the green hair algae grows on the bottom too, guys. And all those little white dots you see on the algae are copepods crawling around. There's all kinds of life in here. It's unreal. And I don't even have to really clean the screens. The algae dies off and falls off and regrows. These things are foolproof. This is the first one I built. This one's running my 120-gallon display. I've had it for 6-7 years now. It's proved itself. This was the new one, guys. Doing great. I just cleaned the left screen. I got a different kind of light source going on here, as you can see. That's up to you. I'll probably be making these and putting these scrubbers in production. I might be selling them. I'll be taking dimensions soon, and maybe over the winter, this fall, I'm going to start putting these into production, and I'll be selling them for a reasonable price. With one of these, you'll never have an algae problem again, I guarantee you. This is what I run with a DC ceramic impeller variable drive pumps. This is the controller for the scrubber for the display tank. For this scrubber here, the first one I built for my 120 display. I run it real slow. And the water just comes blasting out of the tube, and then it gravity feeds back to the ruby sump. Okay? This one goes a lot farther to my trigger tank, back and forth. Those two lines there go through the wall, all the way around the 90 to the trigger sump. Unreal. And the algae that grows on these things and inside on the bottom of the troughs. And the detritus collects on the sides here. I just suck that out periodically. You see over here, the detritus. But in the middle, the algae grows. These are red LED spots, par 38. They're about 660 nanometer wavelengths for the light, the color temp. Around 600 nanometers. They're all pink. This is how I do it. Sorry, it's been a while, guys. As I mentioned, my wife passed away. Here's the VS50 hanging right here, guys. I haven't even got it in the box yet. It's hanging right here up in the wall. Damn it, it's right here. It's in good shape. Right there. There it is, guys. Reef breeders. I hate to sell it, but it's a real nice fixture. But with all the program options on it for all the colors, it's a little intense for me. I need something simpler because I just got tired of fooling with it. But it's killer. It's a few cobwebs, but it's in good shape. It's got about 4 or 5 years on it, but it's going strong. No LEDs are burnt. This is a good fixture. Reef breeders. Hit me up on YouTube, guys. Send me a message if you want it. Pay me up front through PayPal. I guarantee I'll send it to you. 3-day shipping priority. And then my hybrid fixture sits right on top of it. This is my RO water, my 55-gallon RO water, which is almost depleted. I'll be getting some color changing resin for my filter on the wall that I use solely for the reef tank's top off water, which is over here, guys. Let me show you. Over here by the washer and dryer. SpectraPure 4-stage RODI. I turned it from a 90 gallons a day to over 100 or something a day now, or forgot what it was. Maybe it's 90 now a day. I got my notes, but it's hanging here on the wall, and this color changing resin here is spent already. I got to change it out. And I buy it in bulk, so it don't cost me that much money. I have to keep buying a cartridge from SpectraPure. It's like 38 bucks a pop. You can buy a 5-pound bag for $66. And I'll get about 10 changes out of it, maybe 7 or 8, 9, 10 changes, cartridge changes. So I can't fill the barrel right now because it's spent. And once your meter, your total dissolved solid meter reads 0.001, you're done for, and you stop using it. So I have that much water left till tomorrow. We'll be all right. I have all my chemicals from Bulk Reef Supply: magnesium sulfate, magnesium chloride I mix together, calcium chloride I mix with the RO water, and the bicarbonate, sodium bicarbonate for my alkalinity, respectively, guys. The scrubbers, unreal. I almost came close. I still question whether I'm going to get out of the hobby or not sometimes, guys. You know, it's just, I'm barely hanging on here. It's been a while, hasn't it? It's been years for Reefer James. A lot of you say, damn, Reefer James, you're still in this hobby. How do you do it? Well, guys, it ain't easy. When my wife passed away, I didn't do nothing down here with these scrubbers for months. It was like 4, 5, 6 months. I didn't clean a screen. I didn't siphon the bottom trough out. I didn't keep up on it. I let them run. And I never had green hair algae in my display tank or trigger tank. These scrubbers took care of me when I was down. Can you believe that? Can you believe that shit? If you don't have a scrubber, I'll be building them soon. Not hard. I'm going to be making plans for them and getting the materials. I'll be probably making shop out my garage. I'll put these in production, see how we do. They've done me good, guys, as you can see. The display tank now, it's been about 4 or 5 years since I had that horrible, horrible algae. The 90 is running off the trigger tank with the new scrubber, and both of them are algae free. Can you believe it? Can you dig it, guys? This is Reefer James. I hope you've enjoyed the video. I hope you've learned something. You gotta have something. You can't just get into this hobby and think you're gonna go through the green hair algae syndrome and keep it, unless you don't have no livestock in your tank and all you have is just corals. Maybe you'll have a chance. The minute you start adding fish, it's a different story, guys. You have a load. It's real easy for algae to come back, and a lot of people, they get out of the hobby because they can't control it. They don't know what to do. The scrubbers, the algae turf scrubber, my monster algae turf scrubber works for me. We're going on half hour. I'm going to say goodbye. This is Reefer James. I'm sorry it's been a while since I put out a video. I've been through a lot of stuff. I hope you understand, and I hope you're really happy to see the new video and how everything's doing. The trigger, he's a monster. He's still growing. Pink-tailed trigger. The 90-gallon, look at it, man. You guys, my corals are booming. The Orphic lights are all new. 60-inch ones and the 48-inch ones, or 36. Who cares? They cover the tank easy. You just bolt them up. These are just bolted solid to my rafters underneath my kitchen. I don't have to screw with them. I just direct them where I want them and tighten them up, tighten the clamps up on the angle that I need, and it gives me the spectacular view. I am using an orange lens on my camera, guys. How does it look? Does it look too orangey? This is with the white and blue lights on the Orphics. It's weird. You can see the colors on the Orphic lights there, but when I show you the lights for the Eco Ray, look, it's all just booming bright white, but it's actually white and blue bulbs. Me here looking at them, they're white and blue bulbs shining. But on the camera, all you're going to see is just high power white. These Eco Rays 72DXs kick ass. I've had them for over 10 years, and not one LED has went out on me, and it's growing my corals still. There's no sign of them slowing down. The only thing I've had to do is take them apart and free up the fans and oil up the little fans. They like to stop. I had one controller, a DC driver. I had one driver in one of them that failed on me, and I bought them from a place online, which in my last video on the comments, I mentioned to a guy. I gave the URL to the company that I bought them from for $11 for a driver. My whites went out on one of them. But other than that, so I bought 2 drivers for $22. And so if one goes again, I have one to replace it. And it's an exact match that I could run them. And other than that, the only other thing is the fans like to stop from grunge, from running all the time. You got to add a little bit of lubricant to the bearings and the fans. Or if the fan burns out, you got to replace it. I haven't had one burn out yet. They just like to slow down and freeze up or something when they're off. Killer lights though, man. EcoRay 72DXs. You can only find them brand new still. You can't even buy a used one hardly. Great lights. I probably won't get rid of these. These are indestructible. It's unreal. It's crazy how good these lights are. They're growing my star polyps. They're growing this luscious pink algae all over the place. Why get rid of them? The rocks are phenomenal. And the scrubbers is what keeps me going. Reefer James is still in the hobby, guys. He ain't left nobody. I've been here year after year with these tanks. I've not gotten out of the hobby. I just haven't been around in a while. I've been through a lot of things. But I'm here today, sharing what I know. The scrubbers are the only thing that has kept green hair algae out of my tanks. And there's tricks on how to use it, how you time your lights and everything. Reefer James knows what's to do. I know. And you can see for yourself. I ain't took no rocks out. I ain't scrubbed crap. Yes, sir. Reefer James, we're 31 minutes. We're a minute past. I hope you guys are having a good summer. I hope your August and your fall. I'll probably won't be getting out another video until around August or September. Probably around Labor Day I'll put out one for you guys. Thanks for all your support out there. All you guys that comment. I love all of you. I owe a lot of gratitude to a lot of you still out there who I haven't heard from in a while. But I thank all of you in the years that I've been in this hobby who have helped me, and all the new people and all the support. Sly, thanks for your support, man. Ashley and the rest of you too. I really dig it, man. Any questions, just let me know, man. I'll be happy to help you. This is what I do. It's just simple. It's just softies and a few LPSs. Although the plates are hard. They're LPS too, I think. Yeah. LPSs and softies. I don't have much experience with the hard corals yet. I think the plates are hard corals, but not sure. Might be LPSs. I thought they were hards. Anyway, the hammer. Don't ask me how the hammer got back, guys. He was down to like 1 or 2 little green dot tentacles. I swear to God, he was so tiny. He's so huge now. I don't know what it is. He's doing great. There's a ton of silt on the bottom. It's like, I don't disturb it. And every other week or so I feed reeferoids to boot. And as long as he doesn't sting that green Recordia to the left of him there, I'm okay. The Duncan, I don't know why the Duncan's not doing good. Maybe I move him away from the hammer or something. Maybe he needs more flow. I don't know. I'll have to read up on it. Okay, take care. God bless. Hope you had a good 4th of July. I've got to heal up my right knee. I tore my meniscus and I'm down here cleaning scrubber screens and doing all kinds of BS. Tomorrow, I do run charcoal on the Magnum down here on the sump. I have a 40-gallon long sump for the trigger. And I do run carbon because it's just a trigger and it's just a 90. But of course, my Corn Angel that's in the display tank here, this guy here, he's still battling a little hole in the head on his nostrils, and I got to change out the Miracle Mud in the Ruby sump. I have a 36 long Ruby sump here. The lights are off right now. In the middle I have Miracle Mud. So I don't run carbon on the 120 display tank at all, guys. And I'm still green hair algae free with the scrubber. I don't need charcoal. But since I can run charcoal, it doesn't affect, a hole in the head doesn't affect a triggerfish. It's too hardy to get hole in the head. They're real strong, bold fish, and their immune system is really, really bold. And I don't have any other fish, so I run carbon, and it makes the tank even better, man. I do run a skimmer on the display tank, and I run a skimmer on these tanks with the scrubber. Don't get me wrong here. Now, I could go without a skimmer. I could. But it's much easier to run a skimmer to help the scrubbers out. But to get the results that I'm getting, and to be green hair algae free with not a worry or care in the world, I don't worry every day that I might get green hair algae. I know I'm not. And if I do, all I do is adjust the light cycles accordingly and cut down my feeding. I have a skimmer, oh yeah. That's okay though. Nothing else. No Phosban, no Phosguard beads, no bio pellets. I'm sick of those. Bio pellets are the worst. It's Reefer James. Have a good one. Until Labor Day, take care. God bless. Click like, subscribe, thumbs up, please. Let it roll.